Good morning. This is devotional number 363, and today's date is November 1st, 2017. We're looking this week at Psalm 125. I'll go ahead and read that. A song of degrees. They that trust in Jehovah shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so Jehovah is round about his people from henceforth even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. Do good, O Jehovah, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, Jehovah shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel. The phrase, the rod of the wicked, can also be translated as the scepter of wickedness, where the scepter, which is Strong's number 7626, indicates power or authority, as a king would have a scepter. We read in various places in the Bible that people would make decisions by casting lots. For example, all four Gospels mention the fact that the Roman soldiers cast lots to see which one would get Jesus' coat as he hung on the cross. We read this in John 19:23-24. Then the soldiers, when they had crucified Jesus, took his garments and made 4 parts, to every soldier a part, and also his coat. Now the coat was without seam, woven from the top throughout. They said therefore among themselves, Let us not rend it, but cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the scripture might be fulfilled, which saith, They parted my raiment among them, and for my vesture they did cast lots. Pardon me. These things therefore the soldiers did. Thus the lot was something that represented a person or a group of people. If one's lot was selected by whatever rules applied, it would indicate one's apportioned share of something or one's so-called destiny. So the first part of Psalm 125:3 that says, For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, conveys the general idea that the power of wickedness may come upon God's people from time to time, but it will not rest or remain upon them. In other words, wickedness will not be a permanent condition in the lives of the righteous, who are the people God has saved. The word rest is Strong's number 5117, and lot, by the way, is 1481. We see an example of that in King David's life when he sinned with Bathsheba and then arranged to have her husband killed. God shows us by this sordid account that even a faithful child of God can fall into terrible sin. But we can find comfort in the words of 1 Corinthians 10:13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. In the second part of verse 3, God explains why he will not allow his people to remain in sin, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. Spiritually, the hand represents the will of a person. God has put his Spirit into the hearts of his people, and he works in them to cause them to do his will according to these verses. Romans 8:14 through 16 teaches, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God." Philippians 2:13 proclaims, "For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure." Furthermore, God has given true believers the mind of Christ and an ongoing, earnest desire to do the will of God, as we read in 1 Corinthians 2:16, "For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ." And 1 John 2, 3-6 adds, "And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him. He that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk, even as he walked." And one thing to keep in mind also is when Jesus said, "If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed." And that idea of continuing in the word has to do with, again, obedience to what God has stated all throughout the Scriptures. Could it be that the words of Psalm 19:13 through 14 would be our heartfelt prayer today? "Keep back thy servant from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright. I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Jehovah, my strength and my Redeemer."